Hey guys, if you're a wedding photographer and you're anything like me, you know that the most time-consuming part of our job is editing. I'm so excited for today's video because it's going to be a new way to edit that uses AI and just the internet, and it's a new software brand new on the market called Polarr Next. This video is sponsored by Polarr Next, which is an entirely new way to edit, and it's totally different than all other editing softwares that I've used before because it actually edits over the internet. So you don't have to use your Lightroom catalog, you don't have to run anything on your computer, it's all done live on the internet. Alright, so I'm going to show you a walkthrough of how to use Polarr Next and all of the really fun features that it has. So when you first log in, this is what you'll see. Again, you have to be on a Chrome browser. You'll be brought into your projects, and on the left you'll see different tutorials on how to do things, and then a tab for support. So let's go into projects because it'll be our main workspace, and it will automatically ask you to create a new project. So for us, a project is basically a wedding or a photo shoot or engagement shoot. Any kind of client work that we need to edit would be a different project. So create a new project. So the only thing you need to use Polarr Next is to have a folder of all the images. It is an editing software, not a culling software. So we're going to go ahead and select a folder from a wedding that I've already culled and picked out the images for. And I have pulled just an old wedding gallery to edit just for the purposes of this video. So we'll do a wedding sample, which is a full wedding for me. And you're going to allow it to edit your files. One thing to note is that it will never change the raw original files on your hard drive. It will only edit them here online. So they're not going to actually touch or ruin the raw wedding files. So I've actually already done this before. That's why it's giving me this warning. But we're going to go ahead and create a new project and overwrite. So you can edit in different ways in Polarr Next. You can create a new AI style, which is basically the same thing as a Lightroom preset. You can use a style from a previous project, which is using the way you edited on a different wedding, on this wedding, or you can use one of their already pre-made AI styles that they have. So basically you can just grab any preset that Polarr Next has created. So since most of us are probably going to be wedding photographers, we kind of already have our styles. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new AI style with you just so you can see how that works. But if you wanted to play with the others, I'll show you how to do that. So let's go to continue. So since we selected create AI style, you're brought into this AI style setup this time. This is not something you have to do for every wedding. It's just something you have to do once. Okay, so basically the way you create an AI style or like a Lightroom preset inside Polarr Next is it's going to work off of what's called references. So its references are the images that this program is going to use to determine how to edit and think like you. What's really cool is that it walks you through how to teach it how to think like you, right? So what it's doing is I imported 188 photos, and of that 188 photos, it pulled out the 12 photos that it is seeing as 12 really different lighting situations that it wants me to tell it how to edit so it can use my editing. So it basically gives you suggestions here. So on the top right, it says set up progress, edit and mark 12 photos as references. So see how it's suggesting, oh, this is different, this is different, this is different. It wants me to edit it how I would edit. So let's go to the first one and just walk through it. So here, what I can do is I can add my Lightroom preset right here. So I can import a Lightroom or Polarr preset, or I can just, this is where you could like use one of their predetermined ones and kind of edit your own style. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my Lightroom preset. If you don't know how to do this, what you'll do real quick is you will just open up Lightroom, and then right here we're all used to seeing these Lightroom presets on the side. I have my 2024 official preset. I'm going to right click on that, click export, and it will ask me where I want to put it. I'm just going to put it right here on my hard drive. I'm going to import the preset, so we'll add import Lightroom preset, And then what you'll do is go here, and it's going to be a .xmp file. And you'll open, and there it is. It's literally that easy. So now I can use my preset. So if I click on this, it's using the preset I had from Lightroom. So then I will adjust this. So this part is the fun part. So I want to get it just a little bit cooler, and then I want to turn down the saturation. And this bar over here has all the same things as Lightroom: curves, HSL, color grading, literally all the same things. So what we'll do here is, I'm just going to get this to where I like it. Once I like the edit, what I'll do is I'm also going to crop this 4:3 because I like all my photos cropped. Once I like it, I will hit green to mark it as a reference edit, and then I go to the next suggestion. So same thing here. I'm going to use my preset, which brings me close because I already have one, but I'm like, this is also a little warm, and it's also a little colorful. And then that's looking pretty good. I want to change their skin tones in here to be a little less pink and a little more yellow. And then they're looking a little red still. So I'm going to take down this red. So I can see fast how like it's being affected. Take down this red, and I maybe want the blue to pop a little more when the blue shows up. Not that much more, but you get the idea. So that's more like their colors, how it looked in real life. So we'll do that. And then same with the crop, 4:3. So it's not too different from the preset, but it would be how I would edit by hand in Lightroom. That's a reference edit. Next suggestion, we'll do the same thing. I'm going to take my preset. I don't like how that did that to the greens. So, and maybe, I need to update my preset a little bit after this too. I want the greens to be somewhere in here. That's good. So you'll just go through. You can use your preset, or you can like go back and just like, if you liked what you did here and you're like, I want it to be the same, you can Control C to, just like in Lightroom, copy everything, go to the next one, paste everything, and it's already pasted. So that looks good. Okay, so I fast forwarded this part, but basically I'm going through all 12 reference images, stealing some of the greens by copying that HSL from photos before, same here like I did with the blues, and just getting all 12 images ready and marking each one as a reference edit. Here I'm on 6, 7, doing the same thing here, adjusting the greens, skin tones. Now I'm on 8, and you can just see I'm adjusting different things for each image based on the lighting. Okay, so once they're all marked, you'll click Finish AI Setup, and then it will start to process. By processing, it means editing all of the images based on the reference images that you gave it. So you can see here as it's processing, it's taking all the nearby images and editing them to look the same as your reference edit. So let's say that in this room in particular, I wanted to, and you don't have to wait for it to finish to be done either. I wanted to make this just a little less blue, and I wanted to fix their blues are looking a little bit purple. So I wanted to make them more blue, and then I wanted to take down the saturation. I can add a reference image like this. Okay, and then it will update. We go back to the photos, the images around it. Check out the rest. See how this was the reference image and it made all these images look the same, and this was the reference and all of these look really great. So it did a really good job. And down in here, where's our reference? This one was our reference, and all the greens look alike here. Let's say I wanted, this looks a little bit bright in here, so let's go into this one and just turn this down. Like just there, and then I'm going to make that a reference, and see how it just updated these to match. You can go into settings and change this to forward only, so that means that if I edit this and then lock it as a reference edit, it will only edit the images after, so that once you've already looked through these, nothing is being changed. Or you can just keep it and just trust the AI software to edit the right images. So it did bring those down a little bit, but you can always go in, and you don't have to make every edit a reference edit. But let's say I want to make that one a reference edit, so you can see how it just affected the next one. So super easy to use. Super impressive software. These are a little bright too. So let's bring this guy down. Set as a reference. You see how these all just started processing? They're all being brought down. Okay, so once you get through the whole gallery, yeah, everything looks really similar, looks really good, really cohesive all the way through. Another thing to note is that when you import the photos into Polarr Next, it will come with their 1 to 5 rating and also the color label of the rating. Okay, so it's that simple. And then once you have this all done, you can just click on this top arrow on the top right, and you will make sure this quality is 100%. You can decide that you want it to be JPEG. I leave this as 300, and then you can change the file name, the wedding, or whatever you want to name the file, starting number at 1, and then you'll click export here. Wedding for E and P here, and then we will select, and that's where we want them to go, edit files. And then this will go through exporting. Once they're all done exporting, they'll just be in that folder, and then you can upload them to your gallery delivery software, whatever you're using, and deliver the photos. Inside whichever gallery delivery system you're using, you can create subfolders for details, bride getting ready, groom getting ready, and just drag and drop each group of photos into that part of the gallery and then deliver it to your wedding clients. I feel that the biggest benefit of Polarr Next is honestly the speed. You can't edit any faster than using AI and its software that it edits. And then if you want to change things or make changes, it's really easy to do. So I feel like it's really cut down my workflow. There's always room for improvements with all softwares. So I'm excited to see where Polarr Next goes, and you guys can get your trial down in the link in the description, and thanks so much for watching.